are normally united in preparations for the sacred convergence of Lent and Ramadan, a profound spiritual symphony blending 40 days of prayer, dawn to sunset fasting, deep repentance, unwavering devotion, and selfless charity, all culminating in the joyous triumphs of Easter and Eid al-Fitr. As both seasons draw near, religious leaders and residents are reflecting on the spiritual and national significance of this moment. Adewumi Taiwo reports.
As the days draw closer to the commencement of Lent and Ramadan, a calm but profound spiritual consciousness is gradually building across communities in Akure. For many faithful, this is more than a date on the religious calendar. It is a sacred appointment, a time set aside for reflection, sacrifice, repentance, and renewed commitment to God. The overlap of these two important seasons highlights Nigeria's deep religious diversity and the shared values that unite millions of believers across faith lines. Speaking on the significance of Lent, a church apostle, Bamidele Lawal, described the season a time of spiritual renewal and national reflection. He added that when Lent and Ramadan cross paths, it reminds us that both faiths value discipline, compassion, and charity.
Gbogbo onígbàgbọ́, gbogbo àwa Kìrìsìtẹ́nì, gbogbo àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn láti ń gbáradì fún àwẹ̀ náà. Ló tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé nítòótọ́ àwẹ̀ yẹn bọ́ síra lọ́dún yìí. Ó máa ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kì í ṣe àkọ́kọ́ lélẹ́yìí. Ó ti bọ́ sí àwọn àkókò torí pé ó jẹ́ ètò Ọlọ́run, ó jẹ́ àsìkò tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ kí àjọ darapọ̀ láti gba àwẹ̀ yẹn. Ètò yà mí lẹ́nu jù gan lọ́dún yìí ni wípé àwẹ̀ yẹn bọ́ sí ọjọ́ kan ní àwẹ̀ yẹn ti Muslim àti ti Christian ló gbéra sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n n tí mo rí ni wípé ètò Ọlọ́run ni ó wá yẹ ká ọjọ́ tún fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ láti gba àwẹ̀ yẹn. Kìrìsìtẹ́nì ni Mùsùlùmí ni a nílò láti ọjọ́ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ láti gba àwẹ̀ yẹn.
Also speaking on approaching Ramadan, Islamic scholar Alhaji Shehu Bello described the holy month a time of purification and increased devotion. He further noted that the closeness of Lent and Ramadan sends a powerful message.
There are uncountable benefits from fasting in those either Lent or Ramadan. It's a month of repent. That time, that period is for the somebody that is fasting to abstain, to shun off whatever is impurity. And it's time of forgiveness. Let us follow our doctrine in the Bible and the Quran. We should not look or we should not charge for anything that is impure.
People from both Muslim and Christian communities share mutual support and admiration during overlapping Lent and Ramadan fasts. They expressed hope that the sacred seasons would inspire positive change.
Fasting is priority for Christians because it gives us, and that is where we can communicate our hope to God. So, as for me, I'm ready and I'm prepared to fast, and I pray that God will. This month is blessing month. Allah allow all of us to start together and finish it together, inshallah.
Àwọn Muslim àti Christian gbàgbà nígbàdúrà náà ní látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé gbogbo ẹ̀rọ ìdọ́gba káàdùn àwọn àdúgbò kò tẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó ń dí wa lọ́wọ́ láti ká máa gbà wò nígbà tí tàbí ká máa àfikúnra wa ní ìjánu gan ni gbogbo ohun tó yẹ ká máa fẹnu sọ nísọkúsọ àfikúnra wa ní ìjẹ̀nu àdìsọ.
Beyond fasting and prayer, Lent and Ramadan presents a moment for reflection on shared values and a renewed commitment to unity and compassion. Adewumi Taiwo, Osrc News.
The rehabilitation and construction of Okiaro to Idori Road in Ondo State has continued to attract public attention as residents and commuters observe steady progress on the long-awaited project. While the ongoing work promises improved transportation, economic growth, and safer travel upon completion, it has also brought temporary challenges for those living and trading along the corridor. Our reporter Sunday Adinyoju has details.
a significant step as part of were demolished to create space for the widened roadway. While this development has altered the landscape of the area, many residents
We apologize. We're going to bring you the full reports in our subsequent bulletins. Now, the story just reaching us now said there was pandemonium today at the Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Akure, the Ondo State capital. According to an eyewitness, the environment of the Secretariat became tensed as a lorry load of yet to be identified people stormed an ongoing stakeholders meeting and drove them away. The state party chairman, Ade Adetsime, was seen in a viral video claiming that the stakeholders meeting was at the instance of the National Party chairman. Mr. Adetsime, who lamented his ordeal, said the reason for the disruption of the meeting is yet to be ascertained. Osrc is monitoring the development. Ondo State has received thousands of livestock vaccine doses from the federal government under the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support (LPRESS) project. The initiative aims to curb transboundary animal diseases. The vaccines are also intended to boost livestock productivity, protect public health, and strengthen food security across the state. Adewumi Taiwo reports.
The consignment received by Ondo State includes 50,000 doses of contagious bovine pleuropneumonia vaccine, 200,000 doses of Newcastle disease vaccine, and 1,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccines. In total, the vaccines will help immunize about 2.35 million animals across the state. Receiving the vaccines in Akure, the State Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Leye Akinola, described the intervention as a federal government initiative designed to safeguard both animal and human health. He commended the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development and the LPRESS project, assuring that the state will ensure prompt and judicious use of the vaccines through its counterparts funding arrangements.
There are transmission of diseases from animals to human beings. Majority of the viruses and some other ailments or some other diseases are transmitted from animal to men. So excess of this vaccine to make sure the sources of viruses to human is contained at that stage. So LPRESS as a project has been very much supportive to Ondo State government, and Ondo State government is also keen into it by paying our counterpart funding as at when due.
The legal advisor at the Osrc National Headquarters, Kenneth Agin, said the vaccines are being distributed to all 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. He urged livestock and poultry farmers to cooperate with veterinary officials, noting that the vaccines are time sensitive and must be administered before their expiration date in November.
The vaccines have been procured by Federal Ministry of Livestock Development through Osrc for guiding against transboundary animal disease in the country. When official goes down for the vaccination, they should cooperate with them.
The Ondo State Osrc Project Coordinator, Mr. Olufemi Adeogun, explained that the intervention provides a comprehensive response to major livestock and poultry diseases, including foot and mouth disease, contagious bovine diseases, and Newcastle disease for poultry farmers.
For this vaccine, we are going to vaccinate cattle, sheep and goats. Then for the poultry own, we are going to use Lasota for them to vaccinate them as well to prevent diseases, as they normally say that prevention is better than cure. We thank the federal government for doing this for us.
Meanwhile, the Director of Veterinary Services at the Ondo State Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, Dr. Adebayo Enmo, disclosed that the vaccines have wide coverage capacity. He said the Newcastle disease vaccines would cover up to 2 million poultry birds. The foot and mouth disease vaccines would protect about 1,000 animals, while the contagious bovine pleuropneumonia vaccines are expected to protect around 250,000 cattle across the state.
Very soon, we are going to start this vaccination exercise in Ondo State. Already, we are profiling the people that can do the vaccination exercise. It's going to be flag off nationwide, and once it's flag off, it's going to be the same time all over the country. We will start also here. There are people on ground already that we are expecting the flag off ceremony from the federal so that we can start our own inoculation. But we have received the consignment of our vaccine, as you can see now.
This intervention is part of ongoing efforts to ensure Ondo State remains free from major animal diseases while promoting sustainable livestock development and strengthening food security for residents. Adewumi Taiwo, Osrc News.
The early rains in Ondo State have sparked fresh worries, especially in communities prone to flooding and erosion. As climate patterns grow increasingly unpredictable, the concern is no longer just about rainfall, but about preparedness. Residents are being urged to take proactive measures to prevent avoidable disasters that often follow the first heavy downpours of the season. Our correspondent Sunday Adeyanju reports.
Flooding remains one of the most destructive environmental challenges in Ondo State, often resulting in loss of property, displacement of residents, and threats to lives. Even though the state is still in dry season, predictions of early rainfall have heightened the need for proactive flood control measures. One major factor worsening flood in many communities is the indiscriminate dumping of refuse inside gutters and drainage. When these channels are blocked, flood water is prevented from flowing freely, forcing water into residential areas and farmlands. Findings across several local government areas show that many drains are either damaged or completely blocked, posing serious risk ahead of the rainy season. In Usho, our local government area of the Ondo State, drainage is in poor condition with many sections badly damaged and others completely blocked. Residents say they are already worried about what may happen once the rains commence, recalling the impact of previous flooding incidents.
This place is a very tough place. When they are restoring the bridge is over flooded. So I think the community, the government should do something about the railing.
The situation has drawn the attention of traditional authorities. His Royal Majesty Oba Ademola Adebiyi appealed to the Ondo State government to urgently intervene before the situation spirals out of control.
Actually, we are talking about rainy season. It's God that is normally doing, and we don't have control over the weather. And the only area that we are so concerned is about the flooding that we normally experience annually in our community, and which has devastated a lot of our township road and other residential areas. And we are trusting God this year that probably we have an intervention from the government that will also help us to dredge the water channel in order not to affect some of the buildings, and also people that apply the road within the community. It has been a very long term issues that we have been battling with.
The technical advisor to the governor on erosion control and flood related matters, Elisha Ebijimi, said the state government has been proactive in addressing erosion and flooding challenges. He explained that erosion control works are currently ongoing in Ondo town and will subsequently extend to Akure North and Ushu community. Ebijimi added that all 18 local government areas of Ondo State will be closely monitored this year, especially as preparations has been intensified ahead of the rainy season, assuring residents that no community will be neglected.
I have promised the good people of Ushu and the KBC that by ending of March, I'm going to commence Ushu assignments. I've been trying his best on flood control since he assuming office, and we are going. He's still going to try more because early this year he has sent me out to go and start another operation, and by special grace of God, I'm going to brief him about Ushu community.
As the state remains in the dry season, residents are being urged to clear their drains and desist from indiscriminate waste disposal to reduce the risk of flooding when the rains eventually set in. Sunday, Adeyanju for Osrc News.
Residents of Akure are raising serious concerns over a dangerous hole that has suddenly appeared in the median of Obadishida Road, describing it a threat to life. The large opening along the major stretch, frequently used by commuters, traders, students, and commercial drivers, has sparked anxiety and often disrupts the smooth flow of traffic. Adewumi Taiwo reports on how the damage is affecting residents, the dangers it poses, and the growing cause for urgent intervention.
Akure, the capital of Ondo State, is widely regarded a peaceful and steadily growing city known for its free-lined roads, expanding neighborhoods, and reputation as an administrative and educational hub, which has long enjoyed an atmosphere of calm compared to many bustling urban centers. However, that calm is now being tested in the heart of the city at Ojaoba. A large and alarming hole has opened up in the median of a busy roadway and has become a source of concern for residents and road users. The damaged portion sits directly along a route heavily used daily by commuters, traders heading to the market, students on their way to school, and commercial drivers conveying passengers across town. Many residents fear that without urgent government intervention, the situation could result in serious accidents or even loss of lives.
It's very dangerous to passerby because sometimes people that are crossing, it might not be, it might be something that they least expect. So before you know it, they might fall into it, and it is very dangerous to them. If governments can just help us to look into it, maybe a slab to cover it up, I believe is something that is purposely done there to assist the drainage. But if they can put a slab on it, it will be very okay for them.
Many things is happening. like accidents. You understand me? If there is no profit, you understand me? There is most of the time people are crossing. Some people if they knew someone, if there is no notice, maybe there is they are there is falling. You understand me? And they are injured. It's good to close it, because if there is no closing, there is many accidents will happen.
Some residents say the immediate concern is safety, stressing that a hole in the median of a busy road poses significant risks, especially at night or during heavy traffic. The one that unsuspecting motorists or motorcyclists could easily lose control, leading to collisions.
A fẹ́ kí ìjọba ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ni, torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ń kọjá, ọmọ kékeré gan kọjá. Ṣé o pé ní àsìkò òní ni Monday báyìí àwọn ọmọ school wọ́n máa kọjá. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ mi ìdẹ̀rẹ̀ tó bá fẹ́ sáré fún mọ́tò pé mọ́tò ń bọ̀ kó má di wípé ó lọ kó sínú kòtò yẹn, ṣùgbọ́n abẹ́ ìjọba wa kí wọ́n jọ kán ṣíjú àánú wò wá, torí pé àwa ta ní ọmọ kékeré lọ́jà àwa la pọ̀ jù.
Tí ẹ mọ̀ pé ó wà ń bẹ̀ gan báyìí, Ọlọ́run ló yọ èmi àtọmọ mi báyìí sí. Wọ́n tí mo kàn ní kí ìjọba bá wa ṣe sí nǹkan kan tiẹ̀ bá wa wá nǹkan ṣe sí, so that tá bá fẹ́ kọjá ń bẹ̀ á lè máa mọ̀ pé àtàn bí eléyìí ló wà ń bẹ̀ o.
While temporary caution signs may reduce immediate danger, residents insist that only a permanent and structural repair will address the problem effectively. Adewumi Taiwo, Osrc News.
Concerns are mounting over the lack of uniformity in petrol pump prices across filling stations, despite the recent reduction in gantry price by the Dangote refinery. While some marketers have adjusted their prices downwards to reflect the 25 naira per litre cut, others have maintained previous rates, sparking debates about price competition and the effectiveness of the regulation in Nigeria's petroleum sector. Joy Pius tells us more.
The recent decision by the Dangote refinery to reduce its petrol gantry price from 799 naira to 774 naira per litre was expected to bring some relief to consumers. The refinery communicated the 25 naira reduction to marketers, noting that the new rates took immediate effect. Flowing from the announcement, some filling stations across parts of the country began adjusting their pump prices to align with the ex-depot rates. However, in Akure, the reality appears mixed. While some stations now dispense petrol at about 820 naira per litre, others continue to sell between 834 naira and 850 naira per litre, retaining the same margins as when the ex-depot price stood at 799 naira. Observers note that when ex-depot prices previously increased, pump prices were adjusted almost immediately. The delay by some marketers in reflecting the recent reduction has raised questions among consumers. Many residents lamented what they described instability and inconsistency in pricing. The lack of uniform pricing, they say, creates confusion and places additional financial strain on households already grappling with economic challenges.
What I see in petrol station in Ondo State is that different prices with different filling station. That is what I see. But before we buy fuel on a normal price.
You know, it sounds so funny. You know, like I stay in Nokia Road. Even in Nokia Road, the price is different. You know, you get what I'm saying now. But if I want to buy like full tank, half tank, I have to go to where it's lesser than this place. And there's nothing like me. I'm a retired person. Just retired. It's not like it's not conducive. You have no choice.
An economic expert, Olaoluwa Bankole, examined the broader implications of deregulation in Nigeria's downstream petroleum sector, particularly since the enactment of the Petroleum Industry Act. According to him, price differentials are largely influenced by factors such as distance from supply sources, transportation logistics, overhead costs, and operational expenses unique
to each marketer.
You recall in the past when the sector was fully regulated, the government will always fix a price that this is what you are going to sell your products, and that is the era of paying subsidy. But with the deregulation of the sectors, so there are so many issues that will determine what individual marketers sell its products. We also need to look at the provision of Petroleum Industry Act, which actually abolished what we call Petroleum Equalization Fund. It means that irrespective of wherever you are located in Nigeria, no matter the distance to Lagos, which is where the fuel is discharged, those ones that were imported then. So it means that you have to pay similar prices. However, with the Petroleum Industry Act, it then means that the marketers, they are at liberty to sell at a price that they feel they'll be able to break even and at least make some dignified profit.
The experts noted that in a full deregulated market, uniform pricing is unlikely as competition and cost structures vary across locations. Meanwhile, respondents are calling on government authorities to intensify efforts towards enhancing local refining capacity to reduce reliance on importation and stabilize prices in the long term.
Everything is in the government's hand because once our government say let them be selling it so amounts, then we sell. That is what I see.
Government know what to do. Dangote is one that even assists. That's the way the man do it before an NPC to reduce that. And the difference is like 5 kobo, 10 kobo. We are expecting like 300 naira a liter. Everything will be okay.
As Nigerians continue to navigate fluctuating fuel prices, the debate over competition, deregulation, and consumer protection remains firmly in the spotlight. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
And with that, we conclude Sunshine Report. Thank you very much for watching. Good afternoon.
Go.